The following was recorded by Ben on February 25, 1975. Its relevance will become apparent later.
End of test. You have reached 999-6262. This is a test message. You have reached 999-6262, which is reserved for dial-a-bargain. End of test.
This was planned to be a new mouse announcement in the 999 exchange, which originally only had one service on it, the New York City report, 999-1234, and it didn't used to matter what last four digits you dialed. However, since 1973, 999 has had multiple services on it, and as of the 25th, 99962 is slated for something called Dial-a-Bargain. Now, Ben and I regularly turn on the tape and make note of whatever is going on in the network at the moment. Just as an example, on the 25th, my Crossbar 5 office, Lynbrook 3, was having trouble with its reorder tone.
February 25th, 1975, 516593, reorder. The soup test isn't in much better shape. Timing is a little messed up.
Now, when the supervision test, official 7.2, detects that the ring has tripped too soon, it puts on an interrupted ring signal. That signal depends on the reorder timing. So, when the reorder timing is messed up, you get this. As you can see, Ben is recording one thing after another as it comes up, and it's all pretty routine. Until...
Okay, it's about 3:45, February 27th. This is in the morning. There was a fire at East 13th Street. I found out about it from 212-958. And I think it was New York 4 told me. And then from calling from Sacramento. So you figure it out.
Okay, in the great sectional center split between New York 4 and New York 7, the Sacramento region belongs to New York 4. So that's who he spoke to. And what he was told was that there is a fire in East 13th Street, also known as 204 2nd Avenue. Now that is a Manhattan central office which contains end offices as well as tandems.
Then I called my office, and I found out that the guy's supposed to busy out all the direct trunks. Here, let me go get the network report, which they finally put on at 3. They didn't have it on till 3. But there's no one in the network bureau right now. Gee, Williamsburg must be busy. Doesn't seem to want an alternate route. We'll dial it again. I don't like that. I'm going to read that.
394. The New York telephone Centrex starts ringing the transfer operator whenever the recorded announcement flashes the line. Ben didn't like that, so he's planning to call back and hopefully record it with no ring on top of it.
Must really be having trouble. We just went through Queens. We'll try again.
The current first choice route for what he's calling 394 is the Williamsburg ESS tandem, but it just went through Queens tandem, which is unusual at night.
This is Thursday morning, but 10:30.
Again, that went through Queens tandem, the new final route for New York City since 1974. What he got this time is a direct 2600 controlled trunk from Queens tandem to 394. And 394, by the way, is in its own marker group with no other office codes. You could hear it only MF 4 digits. Usually when you're calling into a crossbar 5, you MF 5 digits.
4 digit. Okay, enough of this. I gotta work.
On the next call, he's going to get Williamsburg, which is the normal route.
Thursday, February 27th, time 4 a.m. Due to a fire in the East 13th Street Central Office, the following codes may be difficult to reach. 254
That's about 14 exchanges. Let's try a few examples, which I was getting through Williamsburg last night at the beginning of this. That went through like vacant code. I hope not. It's 260, not 777. Two two eight.
That was not the ring of Canal 8. That was the ring of the Richmond Hill vacant code recording, 21237 or 38, formerly L11, which Ben's office uses for vacant codes. With one of these office codes going to vacant code already, this may be very serious. Four seven seven. That's 473. Let's try 673 and then 982. I think that it might be true that every exchange in that office is wiped out. Look out, ESS. Here we go. Yeah, this is Fort Washington, 4A, Philadelphia. You know, we were wondering exactly what the extent of the damage was in New York.
Fire?
Yeah.
Could you hold on a minute, please?
Okay, thank you. Yeah, this is Fort Washington, 4A, Pennsylvania. We were wondering what the extent of the damage was to East 13th Street.
What do you mean the extent?
Well, were codes entirely wiped out permanently?
Yes, 12 codes, about 170,000 main stations.
Have been destroyed? The equipment has been destroyed?
Yes, 5 tandems.
Oh, and what were the tandems that were destroyed?
Gotham Tandem 89, Suburban Tandem, City Tandem, Interzone Tandem.
Totally destroyed.
Yes, sir. 3,000 T-carrier systems were involved, too.
Well, T-carrier can go as far as I'm concerned, but the Suburban, I guess it saved them the trouble of taking it out eventually.
Well, we are effectively retiring it now.
It was going to be retired this year anyway.
Yeah. You should be getting most of your information, and as far as routing patterns and so forth, from your regional center.
Yeah, we've gotten that. I was just curious about the actual
all right.
story.
As far as we know, the last report, it was a 5-alarm fire now. Structural damage is there. The building has been, to my knowledge, declared non-habitable.
See, everything's been destroyed then.
Just about.
Thank you.
Okay?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
This is the second edition of your Los Angeles Sector Newsline for Thursday, February 27th. A major fire caused extensive damage today to telephone equipment at the New York Gotham Sector Tandem office of New York Telephone. The fire is thought to have started in the basement and spread to subsequent floors. It may have destroyed the entire structure. The company is waiting for word as to whether the building will be condemned. The fire is being fought by 5 New York fire companies and is a 5-alarm blaze. Press accounts indicate 58 persons have been treated at a New York hospital. The building is located at 2nd Avenue and 13th Street and houses 5 machines, 4 crossbar tandems, and 1 panel tandem. The office is a major cable crossing center. The First floor frames and the cable vaults are known to be destroyed. Also affected are about 3,000 T-carrier systems, an unidentified number of N-carrier systems, and an L1 coaxial cable line. 12 exchanges are isolated from the Bell system. The geographical area affected consists of 5th Avenue to the East River and 24th Street to the Brooklyn Bridge. The company has not been able to enter the 11-story building to assess the full extent of damage. Arrangements have been made with New Jersey Bell and other New York telephone areas to bring mobile restoration units to the scene. Bell Labs and Western Electric are standing by to give assistance. Network controls have been initiated in all regions to alleviate the congestion, blocking the 12 affected exchanges and routing calls to an emergency announcement. Attempts are being made to limit calls to the 212 area code from the Bell System network, while attempts are being made to configure the network to better handle the traffic to and from the 212 area. Dave Hall, reporting.
Also, I hear that there's some extra coins to get in major 4As.
This is a recording, 2122. I'm sorry, due to extensive damage to New York Telephone Company equipment in New York City, there will be no service to the number you are calling for an extended period of time. This is a recording, 2122. I'm sorry. 49. I'm sorry, all service to the number you are calling has been interrupted due to damaged telephone company equipment. This is a recording, 21249. I'm sorry.
That was the New York 4 4M and the New York 6 4A. Meanwhile, the New York 7 4A hasn't gotten the memo yet.
I'm sorry, all circuits are busy now. Will you try your call again later? Please, this is a recording, 2123. I'm sorry.
Ben recorded nearly all of the major tandem recordings for this event. Here are just a few, each of which features a well-known voice.
This is a recording, 2014. I'm sorry, all service to the number you are calling has been interrupted due to damage to telephone company equipment. This is a recording, 2014. I'm sorry, all service...
21511. I'm sorry, due to extensive damage to the New York Telephone Company equipment, there will be no service to the number you are calling for an extended period of time, 21511. I'm sorry.
This is a recording, 4016. I'm sorry, due to extensive damage to telephone company equipment in New York City, there will be no service to the number you call for an extended period of time. This is a recording, 4016. I'm sorry.
This is a recording, 4041. I'm sorry, due to extensive damage to telephone company equipment in New York City, there will be no service to the number you are calling for an extended period of time. This is a recording, 4041. I'm sorry.
And speaking of well-known Atlanta area voices...
I'm sorry.
Is it really? Yep.
I'm sorry, due to extensive damage to telephone company equipment in New York City, there will be no service to the number you are calling for an extended period of time. This is a recording, 4046. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's a later 70s and early 80s joke, but as you can hear, she was already there recording in what sounds like a restroom in 1975.
I'm sorry. Thank you. This is a recording, 4052. I'm sorry, due to extensive damage to telephone company equipment in New York City, there will be no service to the number you're calling for an extended period of time. Thank you. This is a recording, 4052. I'm sorry. This is a recording, 4121. I'm sorry, due to extensive damage to telephone company equipment in New York City, there will be no service to the number you are calling for an extended period of time. This is a recording, 4121. I'm sorry.
Two.
This is a recording, 5052. I'm sorry, due to extensive damage to telephone company equipment in New York City, there will be no service to the number you are calling for an extended period of time. This is a recording 5052. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, due to damage to the telephone company equipment in New York City, there will be no service to the number you're calling for an extended period of time. Ce message est enregistré 5141. I'm sorry, due to damage to the telephone company equipment in New York City, there will be no service to the number you're calling for an extended period. Ce message est enregistré 5141. I'm sorry.
It's interrupting differently now.
I'm sorry, due to damage to the telephone company equipment in New York City, there will be no service sur période indéfinie au numéro que vous avez composé. Ce message est enregistré 5141. I'm sorry, due to damage to the telephone company equipment in New York City, there will be no service sur période indéfinie au numéro que vous avez composé. Ce message est enregistré 5141. I'm sorry.
This is a recording, 5162. I'm sorry, due to extensive damage to telephone company equipment in New York City, there will be no service to the number you are calling for an extended period of time. This is a recording, 5162. I'm sorry.
This is a recording 5182. I'm sorry. Due to extensive damage to telephone company equipment in New York City, there will be no service to the number you are calling for an extended period of time. This is a recording 5182. I'm sorry.
This is a recording 6012. Sorry, due to extensive damage to telephone company equipment in New York City, there will be no service to the number you are calling for an extended period of time. This is a recording 6012. Sorry, due to...
This is a recording 6092. I'm sorry, due to the extensive damage to New York Telephone Company equipment, there will be no service to the number you are calling for an extended period of time. This is a recording 6092. I'm sorry.
That number, our service producer now. Will you try your call again later, please? This is a recording.
This is how 901 is handling the problem.
That number.
9012 Memphis.
The White River Junction, Vermont crossbar tandem had a unique take on the text of the recording.
This is a recording, location 8024. I'm sorry, due to damage to telephone equipment, your call will be delayed for some time. This is a recording, location 8024.
Delayed for some time? Should I wait here on the line now, or what?
I'm sorry.
Following is the New York Telephone Newswire, which I happened to catch at the very moment when it changed from the second to the third edition.
From NASA Suffolk headquarters in Garden City, this is the second edition of your New York Telephone Newswire on Thursday, February 27th. Company President William Ellinghouse, at the scene of the fire in Lower Manhattan, said this morning, "We have a major communications catastrophe here as far as we are concerned." The five-alarm fire in the company's 12-story building at 13th Street and 2nd Avenue has knocked out some 170,000 lines in Lower Manhattan. The fire broke out a little after midnight in the cable vault and spread to the first and second floors. No injuries to telephone employees have been reported. At 6:42 a.m., a fourth alarm was sounded to bring additional firemen to the scene for relief purposes, and at 8 a.m., a fifth alarm was sounded. The heavy smoke from the burning cable insulation has already sent 4 firemen to Bellevue Hospital suffering from smoke inhalation and has affected more than 50 other men who were treated at the scene. The fire has caused extensive cable damage, but until the fire is out, an assessment of the damage can't be made and the company can't determine how much time will be needed for restoral of service. Mobile units from other parts of the company and from Jersey Bell and New England are being brought into the area to provide emergency service. Mobile phone customers have been asked by the company to restrict their calling, so the radio frequencies will be available for critical calls. That's your second edition, and this is Ellen Banks. Thank you. City, this is the third edition of your New York Telephone Newswire, Thursday noon, February 27th. According to the latest reports, firemen are now starting to enter the company's 2nd Avenue building and will attempt to battle the fire from both within and outside the building. The downtown Manhattan fire became a 6-alarm blaze late this morning. Company President William Ellinghaus and New York City Region Vice President Leo Oberst have been on the scene. Ellinghaus classified the fire as a major communications catastrophe. The fire started shortly after midnight, but assessment of the damage cannot be made as yet. It is estimated, however, that more than 170,000 lines are out of service. No injuries to telephone employees have been reported. New York City region forces are already evaluating the capacity that is available in adjacent central offices, so planning of restoration work can start without delay. 5 tandems were damaged, but they were designed for automatic secondary routing, and in general, these alternate means are handling the traffic. At Western Electric's Northeast Region headquarters in Newark, Western engineers have been in the process of getting out all drawings for the lower floors of the 2nd Avenue building to see what equipment is there and what is likely to be needed. Longline says some long-distance traffic into and out of New York City has been affected, and some rerouting is in effect. That's your 3rd edition, and this is Helen Banks. Thank you for calling. From NASA.
Until this day, we hadn't realized just how talkable the Nassau-Suffolk Newsline was.
5 tandems were damaged, but they were designed for automatic.
Now we know. I guess before today, there were never enough people on the line at once for us to hear the crosstalk, and I don't think it ever occurred to me to try it.
This is a recording 2129. I'm sorry, all service to the number you're calling has been interrupted due to damaged telephone company equipment. If you require additional information, please call 212-999-1234. This is a recording 2129. I'm sorry, all service to the number you're
999-1234 is the New York City report, which usually carries traffic, transit, and parking regulations. We'll hear what it says in a minute. Now Ben has gotten a T-carrier trunk to Queen's Tandem, which he can actually use juice to reset. He's going to reset the trunk and try one of the affected codes. Then he'll reset again and call the New York report.
Well, this is a recording. 21235. I'm sorry.
Sorry, all service to the number you are calling has been interrupted due to damaged telephone equipment. If you require additional information, please call 999-1234. Sorry, all service to the number you are calling has been interrupted due to damaged telephone equipment. If you require additional information, please call 999-1234. Sorry.
Current city conditions are as follows. Because of a fire in a telephone switching center, telephone service is out between 26th Street and Brooklyn Bridge and 5th Avenue and East River in Lower Manhattan. Persons in this area are advised, should they need police services, there will be extra police on duty. If you wish to call police headquarters and experience some difficulty reaching 911, try calling police headquarters at 374-5000 or your local precinct. All transit lines in the metropolitan area are running well. Moderate.
Hello?
Evan. I got a nice recording going here. I just recorded calling you by juicing off Queen's Tandem.
Oh, great. Juicing off Queen's Tandem?
Oh, that's right. I also recorded their recording. Hello.
Good morning, Mr.
Terrific. Queen's Tandem can take 914 and stuff like that.
I juiced off everything, and I'm on 394, Evan.
Oh, God.
Let me try 914. I'll call you back. Bye-bye.
thing about using juice on T-carrier to crossbar tandems is that sometimes once you connect through to a trunk, it won't reset. Sometimes you gotta hit the juice while you're still on the sender. This time it reset everything until he got that 914 call to go through. And I'm surprised the 2600 didn't work. Because it sounds like an N-carrier trunk. And now let's go back to this. Not the crosstalk, but the message.
5 tandems were damaged, but they were designed for automatic secondary routing. And in general, these alternate means are handling the traffic. But they were designed for automatic secondary routing. And in general, these alternate means are handling the traffic.
And for the most part, that is actually not true. There's a lot of discussion on this topic. Let me just start with suburban tandem. This is the easiest one to discuss because suburban tandem, the panel sender tandem that used to be the backbone of the New York network, is almost entirely retired at this point. Crossbar ones in the city no longer use it as the final route, and panels no longer use it as the default. According to the new plan, crossbar ones for their final route and panels for their default use the sector tandem for their particular area, with the following exceptions. The Richmond Hill sector
21237
21238
is handled by Queens
21235
for outgoing purposes. So the Richmond Hill sector is Richmond Hill for incoming, Queens tandem for outgoing. The Brooklyn sector, Brooklyn tandem for incoming,
21228
Kings tandem
21232
for outgoing. The Gotham sector is Gotham for incoming,
21213
Chelsea
01242
for outgoing. All the other sectors are handled by their appropriate sector tandem for incoming and outgoing, so suburban is no longer a final route for anybody. What's left is a handful of codes sent by some panels and some crossbar ones to suburban tandem, plus interzone and city tandems also use suburban for certain outlying codes, but that's all moot at this point because suburban is now gone. Now the crossbar ones can just busy out the trunks and it'll reroute to whatever the alternate route is. Usually that's going to be the outgoing final route. The panels that still use suburban will have to be modified. Someone has to go in there and change the routing manually. And those will go to the default sector tandem. And CoinZone is now gone anyway. Most of the cord boards are gone, and they pulled CoinZone out shortly before ripping out the cord boards. So most CoinZone is now handled by TSP, TSPS in the few areas that have it. So suburban is done for, and it won't be missed very much at this point. There's a lot more to discuss because City, Interzone, and Gotham are all very important. But we haven't even gotten through the first day of the fire yet, and that will continue with discussion of the tandem routings inserted somewhere in the next program.